Okay, it's Monday, April 6th, day after Easter, and we're going to get a quick look at these guys. I just gave them a little water change. I did 10 gallons today, pH of 7.0, and then with the driftwood in there, that tends to lower it a little bit to the 6.8, 6.5 range that I really want. But I use API's proper pH 6.5. Unfortunately, my water comes out of the tap at about 8.4, so that 6.5 takes it down to about 7, and that's about as good as she's going to get unless I overload it with it, and I'm not going to do that. So I don't want to, I want to do it as naturally as possible. So, but you can see these guys are just growing nicely. There's one of the Padre and the Madres. He's just absolutely beautiful. And then, like this guy here, oops, this lighter guy, I wish he'd turn to the side, but they're all thinking, even though they just ate a few hours ago, they're really thinking they want to eat again. But this big, I think he's going to be a super veil. He is just massive and beautiful. That's some of Ray Ray and Diva's babies. And this, there is a darker colored guy. Well, that's one of La Madre and the Padre's black babies. Really wish you could see the zebra striping on their bodies, because the black ones, it looks pretty cool, and I'm sure it'll look pretty cool once they get older. But these guys are growing nicely, and the big quandary now is to determine which ones I want to keep, which that is always the big conundrum. And then there's my buddy, the Tubinator. He is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love him. He is so special. And then their next door neighbors, they got the same 10-gallon water treatment, but most of these guys are of the darker variety, and they are just beautiful, beautiful fish. They're growing nicely, and they're well above quarter size, although there's one or two, like this little guy on the left here. He seems to be staying fairly small, and no matter how much he eats, he stays smaller than the rest of them, so I don't know. And then their next door neighbors, you can see they're getting the water change now. These are Ray Ray and Diva's babies. These guys are just beautiful fish. Their fins have recovered, I'd say on a 85 to 90% margin, and they're just very, very, very nice fish, and they are well above quarter size, probably approaching $half size easily. But this guy seems to be the biggest and the most dominant. He has the wild type striping just like Papa does. So that's also another conundrum as to which one of those guys I'm going to keep. And then we'll let's see, as I'm moving the thing because their water is full, we'll run over here to the other guys. And as you can see, these guys are just big and beautiful too. And I mean, there's one of Ray Ray's babies with the wild type striping. You can see right there. He is just beautiful. And the light colored gals. And then there's some of La Madre and the Padres. I did notice one thing fairly early on, but this guy right here, his tail seems to be super thin, so it just, for whatever reason, did not develop all the way. Now, it doesn't seem to hurt the fish. He swims fine. He probably just isn't going to be as fast as the rest of them. I think I noticed two like that. There's one in the other, no, there's two in this tank. There's this guy, and then this guy down here. And in spite of it, they are still very beautiful fish. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's a little one of nature's little quirks. But these guys are just growing nicely, and just all around just beautiful, beautiful fish. So we're going to start getting these guys ready to be gone, because I'm going to start thinning the herd, because like I said, they are well above sellable size, and want to start spreading it out so we can start finding, these guys will be growing fairly rapidly, and start finding mates for each other. So that's the scoop for all of the babies, except for the ones Ray Ray and Diva have on a plant right now. So another batch of those guys will be coming in 8 to 12 weeks.